The question of how long the days of creation in Genesis truly are has sparked debate among believers for centuries. Some Christians hold to a literal 6-day creation, believing each day lasted 24 hours. Yet, a closer look at the Genesis account reveals clues suggesting these days may represent longer periods. Consider the seventh day. Genesis tells us that after creating the heavens and the earth, God rested on the seventh day. But this rest was not just for a single day, it continues even now. Hebrews 4, verse 9 to 10 states, "There remains then a Sabbath rest for the people of God. For anyone who enters God's rest also rests from their works, just as God did from his." If the seventh day is ongoing, could the previous days also be more than 24-hour periods? Look at the third day of creation. Genesis 1, verses 11 to 13 describes how God commanded the land to produce vegetation, plants and trees bearing fruit with seed. But we know that trees do not sprout, grow, blossom, and bear fruit in a single day unless we imagine a miraculous time-lapse, like a movie played in fast forward. The natural process of plant growth suggests that this day spanned a longer period. Even historically, Jewish and Christian scholars did not unanimously interpret these days as literal 24-hour periods. Early Jewish scholars, such as those referenced by Professor Nathan Avizer in the Beginning, and church fathers like Irenaeus, Origen, Basil, and Augustine, viewed the creation days as symbolic or extended periods of time. So what does Genesis actually tell us? It is not a scientific textbook explaining how God created, but a theological declaration that God is the creator of all things. The sun, moon, stars, and creatures are not divine. They are his handiwork. Does this mean God used evolution? Did he create life instantly or over time? Genesis does not answer these scientific questions. What it makes clear is that God is sovereign over creation. While a naturalist must assume evolution is true because no other possibility exists, a believer is free to examine the evidence and follow it wherever it leads. As Philip Johnson highlights in Darwin on Trial, the commitment to Darwinian evolution is often based on a philosophical commitment to naturalism rather than evidence. So, must the 6 days of creation be exactly 24 hours? Or could they represent vast epochs in which God's creative work unfolded? That question remains open. But what Genesis undeniably affirms is this. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1 verse 1. Whatever the process, one truth stands firm. Creation is not an accident. It was designed by the Almighty.